Even if they don't kill him, though, they can still likely farm a lot. Oh, Sep getting caught in the river, though. It's only a level 1 untouchable. This is a squishy Enchantress. But Ake also only has 1 point in the nuke so far, as he has gone for the point of the RB. While bottom lane, you can just see Xiao8 running for dear life. Even with the double damage lure, Alliance are still going in on him. At top lane, on the Bulldog, and that will be the first blood. LGD, they wrangle him down in the trees, so off to a good start here.
Down at bottom, there's a dive on the Xiao8 as well. Loda's going deep, and he's going to pay the price. That is questionable at best. Diving not only a puck going that deep, but 14 CS compared to the 8 of Loda.
September sneaking around in the river. Smoke is going to break. Bulldog, oh, he's seen it, but I don't think he's getting out of this one. Trap comes out, stun followed up, clap him, and the dog is down. A quick grab here, a second one in this top lane. And
LGD not wanting to let him do so, as we've already got a smoke coming out now as they cross the river.
And they're going to find EGM. That's a sweet grab. He does have a tether. He's not in range of anyone. He gets hexed right as they walk up the hill. Stun comes through, and the Hadouken finishes him off. Well executed gank. Alliance needs at this stage.
I completely agree with you. We saw how integral it was to anything that Alliance wanted to do in terms of initiation and counter initiation. Now at bottom, you can't let this happen. As LGD just gets a free one, and now EGM was even caught by the coil, and Tiny making a run for it. S4 using that haste rune to kite around. EGM's down again. Second death in about 60 seconds, and this has already hit the point of being out of hand.
There is no mercy right now from Xiao8's LGD, and I'm not sure Alliance could change it anytime soon. They need to find small pickoffs, avoid the big fights.
Here we go.
For one top.
Roar onto aggressive. They smoke this in. Sep comes in aggressive. Should end up dropping and will. Xiao8's there. Coil was available but decided not to go ahead and follow through. Just didn't have the help or the personnel to really allow him to turn that fight. So finally Alliance makes their way onto the board, and they make their way onto the board with a good one. Now Sep could be a second kill. Loda doesn't have any mana left though. And it's a question of, once again, not wanting to commit. Xiao8 hanging back and hanging on to the coil.
There was discussion about picking Venge as a support. They went for Lion, so then they didn't have a support that gives vision. But the cool thing about Spectre, he's a carry that gives you vision, and that's going to be huge this game. So removing the wards, that'll at least help. Top lane.
Up, coil spent. Bulldog got caught, tried the TP out. Not $1 million dream coil, but not too bad. At least worth 400 gold or 290 gold, as a matter of fact.
Hey, who knows? Maybe this is the game that gets them on the road to Manila, and then it could be. But for now, at least, not $1 million coil.
The way the prize pool continues to go up year after year, $1 million dream coils actually discount.
That's
EGM.
a 9-minute blink on MMY.
Yep. And he's had it for a while. It's a funny thing. I saw it pop up, the notification. He's had it about a minute already.
Even faster. That's brutal.
S4, next on the list. Load is there. Don't know how much help he's going to be able to give him. That blink already paying dividends for MMY. There's a Crypt Swarm to finish it off, and there's going to be a stun on the Xiao8. Ake's moving a little slow here in MMY. Yep. This is 10 kills, and only 1 for our boys from Sweden. And as you mentioned, man, aggressive just continuing to farm away.
He's just going to blink away. They can't kill him. Oh, this is ugly. Maybe they can find Xiao8, though. Still doesn't have his own blink. Probably a little jealous of MMY. They are going to die for him. Reality Rift there does get the phase shift off. Then the Hex comes out from the tree line. MMY starts sapping Loda's mana, but not enough for the kill. And they will get the MMY grab as well. Looks like
they got Sep with the roar behind it as well. Alliance pouring it on, and all of a sudden, looking like they were ready to just wither and die, they spring anew. And
they have one more smoke in the next 11 minutes. So LGD really laid it on thick early. I wouldn't say this one has to work, but it's going to limit their offensive potential if it doesn't by quite a bit. And here they go in the mid lane, aggressive with the Haunted. MMY finds the IO.
This was very well baited. This was baited by a maybe. Maybe baited them initiating into mid, knowing the gank was coming. Well executed. They managed to
aggressive play as well. We saw this in game 1, that when they felt they had control or an opportunity, they really forced it. Alliance did something similar in game 2. And it seems like the team that makes those confident moves so far has been the one coming out on top this series.
Drums now done on the Death Prophet.
They're relocating. They want maybe. Ghosts are coming back though, and maybe gets the silence off, limiting the damage output. And on the high ground, dropping the finger. They can kill off EGM here. They will do so. However, Alliance chase forward, and aggressive wants to get the hell away. A bold move by Alliance, and it does end up paying off overall.
The fact that Spectre got that kill really does go a long way to mitigate the importance of the kill on the Death Prophet.
he is saving a bit. No, he is going to go armlet. So Loda feeling like this is not the game for it and wants to be able to fight early and often, which against the Spectre is definitely not a bad choice. Mid lane, though.
Mid lane, going to be an engagement. There's the roar to just guarantee the puck does end up dropping. Will be the blink picked up by Tiny. And now, with these mobility items beginning to show themselves, Chaos Knight finishing his armlet. Or pretty close to finishing his armlet anyway. Could be about time to really take it to him. However, S4 going to die behind the fight. So
they're not done yet. They want Ake here as well. Aggressive diving for it, but Ake, the Glimmer Cape comes to the rescue. And meanwhile, bot
heading north along with Ake. Bulldog was there with them. They're going to need really excellent initiation.
Got the blink. I don't think LGD have seen this. A big combo on 3-4 could set the fight up. They've also got a freezing field. There's a sentry down, though.
Oh, they got to go soon. Nope, too late. And now they're going to go in. Bulldog caught with just a one-man coil. S4 is going to engage and immediately burst down MMY. Bulldog kept alive by the Glimmer Cape, and he will be relocated away. So they're happy to just give up what they had to give up, which was the Aegis. There's going to be the Haunt, actually, onto Ake, and S4's been spotted as well. There's that vision you were talking about, LD. Sepp is right there with him. Aggressive right there as well. This has turned into a disaster as they will be able to get some damage done. Can they get the Spectre? They got the Aegis. Loda doing what he can, but tough to engage on an Enchantress with 4 points into Untouchable, and now Aggressive back up off the respawn, trying to do what damage he can, but a lot of damage output coming out of Loda. Zhao 8 is there, and they are able to clean all two up. Hell, how about we make it a full 5-man wipe? 18-7 in a long and drawn-out battle that began in the Roche Pit. It ended just shy of the tier count. He definitely had the Helm of Iron Will. I definitely saw the recipe. It's possible he might have been short on the claws of attack, but I have a hard time believing it. I don't know. I'd have to check, but, you know, this calls back. Hang on, hold that thought.
These haunts are just so huge for LGD. Again, it's going to be LGD starting the fight. Ake tried to TP out. Will he make it? A Bulldog as well. Maybe they get the double TP. MMY says hell no. And he shuts him down. It was a good effort, though. But they do end up losing a Beastmaster. I'm not sure if they banned it purely for the vision in one of the previous games, but, I mean, that to me has really been the story. They're getting the jump every fight. Yep. Last game, they didn't get the jump once.
There's going to be a relocate down the bottom. Speaking of getting the jump, Aggressive trying to find a way out, using an earn charge on himself. Don't know you're getting home anyway, but the hard way this time, my friend.
They're like, you know what, should we get the IO killed with Dispersion? Yes,
yeah,
we should.
Exactly. Why not? On into the late game with this ganking, more mobility-oriented build.
At some point, I'd be really surprised if we don't see an Ags, but top lane, they're moving on Loda. Drum's getting popped. He doesn't really have any backup. Loda, you can try to arm Latago, but the Spirit Siphon and then the blast from the Crypt Swarm won't have about 3,000 gold. I think just going for the Mansa style now. Yeah, it does buy the recipe. So that'll be coming soon. But yeah, on the side of LGD, Aegis up. They'll be looking for objectives. TP coming on top. There's the Haunt and the quick relocate on MMY. Almost there with the stun. Could have gotten two. Crystal Maiden will TP away, but they are sacking EGM, and there will be no contest. Loda just going to march away. Trying for the TP back timing, and he gets it!
Oh, beautiful.
Oh, EGM, what a god. Dodging away, basically pulled himself out by his bootstraps from the abyss.
The test and them really trying to get Alliance stuck on their back heels. Just make it hard for them to move and make it hard for them to engage.
They do have an Exorcism here, but it seems they don't want to just freely give up towers. TP's coming to the top lane, maybe there. Again, the relocate. Can he do it again, EGM?
Keep an eye on him.
Clock's ticking. And the TP begins. Is the timing right? No, not quite right. See ya. Second time, not the charm, but hey, he did it once. That's good enough for me.
It's definitely, I mean, they're doing a good job delaying, but now there's the commitment. Like you said, 2 minutes on the Aegis, waiting on the Haunt. Bulldog with his Blink Dagger ready, as is S4. S4 jumps in. There we go. That's going to be a one-man coil. BKB propped it up. There's going to be the Haunt to follow it up immediately on the EGM. Never had a chance, and it's an absolute cluster of illusions behind the fight. The Radiance Burn is doing its job, though, as LGD forcing Alliance back off their own tier 3s. Now they're going to turn and fight. There's that Enchantress damage, and boom, impetus from downtown. Brings Loda down. He's going to be forced to buy back. Axes are there. Hits two. That's going to be the Aegis. Maybe, though, using that Spirit Siphon. And now engaged upon by Loda. Uses the Phantasm. Wants to get out, get that damage. MMY able to blink himself to safety. And Aggressive able to skirt himself to safety as well. So a costly defense, but an effective one nonetheless for Alliance. as this game is going to continue. And actually, MMY has finger if he wanted to think about using it.
Oh,
no,
going
there,
in.
yes!
EGM, it's a dieback. That's going to be 3 heroes down, 4 counting the dieback for Alliance. They hold, they get 3, and most importantly, the Aegis.
One might even say, for those fans of your Roman history. And S4 looking to make it a little less painful, a little more painful for our boy Aggressive. And he's going to be able, it's actually going to be a coil to turn this around. Did not get Bulldog with it. BKB's going to be used. There's the roar, and now here comes Loda. Loda used up into the air. S4 eating a lot of damage. They do get Aggressive, but they also trade the Tiny. Now Loda in a lot of trouble, down to half health, trying to toggle his way to safety. Has a drum charge, will use it, was his last one. Trying to make a run, and let's see. Yep, Blink's going to be up in 2, 1. Jump ahead. Is anyone else going to be able to catch him soon enough? He's going to be able to jaunt ahead of him.
IOTP top coming in, relocates ready, and here we go. EGM looking for the big bailout for his buddy Loda. They're going to turn onto Sep, but the stun's there. Trying to focus him down. MMY to the rescue perhaps, but doesn't have the figure. Can they finish him off? EGM, a 3rd death in about as many minutes. Costly and Loda is next. It's 4 all day.
Brutal, and Zhao 8 picking up the Dagon. Don't know if it's a man or Dagon or a I just want to hit you harder Dagon. Always something more they can get. MMY even grabbing up a Ghost Scepter. They're ready to go fight. They're ready to close this out and ready for the winner's bracket finals.
Well, Alliance are ready to fight them, but Zhao 8 is the high ground position, and he's going to look to break that smoke. Blake, avalanche toss, here we go.
And MMY going to be the first to drop. They're going to try to turn this around, but BKBs are going to be going off soon. MMY did manage to make it away with thanks to that Ghost Scepter. Bulldog's right there behind him. There's going to be a coil that catches a couple, but MMY does manage to get the finger off on the S4, but suddenly LGD able to turn this around despite losing MMY. It was a valiant effort from Alliance, but ultimately LGD just too much damage, too much health, too much to handle for the boys from Sweden, and now they're going to go to work on their remaining tier 3s. This one looks to be in its waning moments.
We are seeing a tier 1 team coalesce before our very eyes. LGD, little reason to have faith with this team coming into the event as far as actual results and performance goes, but you just look at the roster and
heroes that have, or players that have earned reputations that grant them this superstar status, and of course MMY. You know, these super teams from China can be a little hit and miss, but this one seems to be hitting well. And here we go. Okay, caught. There's going to be the haunt. S4 comes in, giving him the ride as best he can, but maybe just feels immortal at this point. Loda coming right out. There's going to be a roar from Bulldog. Just not going to matter. EGM hex fingered, and Loda killed before he can even sacrifice himself to the god of the pit. GG. Alliance loses the series 1-2. They'll be falling to the lower bracket. In the meantime, to use your word, man, coalesce LGD, bringing it together and punching their ticket to the winner's bracket final.
LGD had a game plan for the Alliance IO, and Alliance, they didn't see it coming.
Nope.
The Enchantress for the lane dominance. The Death Prophet is a hero who can tank up and survive the burst.